we gotta talk about how you're feeling. No, I am not your therapist, but there's feelings coming up, and it's feelings of frustration, confusion, and I think that's the biggest part. Is it's just like frustration that you are confused. We're at an interesting spot right now with Jupiter is going to be going direct later tonight, but we're at that like limbo state where Jupiter's literally like not moving right now. It's just like barely making any momentum, if that makes sense. My astrology people, you'll get it, but there's like this, it's like holding your breath for something. For some people in particular, this has to do with a person. Okay? And then also opportunities coming your way. It's sort of just like I now Spirit's showing me like the edge of a building, and you're walking this way, and it's like it's just around the corner, but you can't see it because you haven't passed this corner. So we're gonna dive into that. So if that sort of energy is feeling resonant, stick around. As always, use your discernment on whether this reading is for you or not. Not every freaking reading on your page is for you. This is your opportunity to stretch your intuition muscle. I was like, what's the word? If you guys haven't met me yet, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here and Astremia on my other account where I do evolutionary astrology. If you want more insight about the astrological forecast, I have a newsletter. It goes out every Monday to guide you through the week ahead using astrology. It's the best way you guys can support me as a creator as well. So tell me, Spirit, what's this frustration about? Can we get some clarity? Like, it feels very body based. There is not a lot of clarity around like the mental aspect of it. Tell me about this frustration. Oh, matters of the heart, an offering, the gem, and the destroyer. I feel like, because this was coming through when I was meditating, is somebody wants to communicate to you. And I feel like there might be a little bit of channeling. Maybe we'll do a part 2 of like communicating that energy, but I really like to focus on whomever I'm reading for, ideally. With the heart and the offering, I feel like you're, this is, yeah, okay. So I have this, I did some bibliomancy, and this part of the mountain is you. This portion is about, that one's interesting, letting go of unrealistic expectations. But this one's about what leaves the path is clearing the path. There's nothing you can do to win someone or something that is not meant to be yours. You can fight with everything you have. You can hold on for as long as you can. You can force yourself into mental gymnastics to pick apart signs. You can have your friends read into texts and emails. You can decide that you know what's best for you and right for you. Mostly, you can wait. You can wait forever. What isn't right for you will never remain in your life. There's no job, person, or city that can force to be right for you if it's not. Though you can pretend for a while, you can play games with yourself, and you can justify the ultimatums. You can say you'll try for just a little longer, and you can make excuses for why things are not working right now. The truth is that what is right for you will come to you and will stay with you and won't stray from you for too long. The truth is that when something's right for you, it brings you clarity, and when something's wrong for you, it brings you confusion. I feel like that is your direct answer, but for those of you who are still skeptical, we'll read into the cards. It feels like you've offered your heart to something, or even just the act of opening your heart to potential that is coming up. It feels very relationship based, but obviously take and apply what works for you. This could be job offers, family things, etc. And with the destroyer and the gem, I feel like this is a subtle warning, and I can feel the anxiety in my heart as like I say that, where it's like, I don't want this to be another warning, I don't want this to be another lesson, I don't want to, but it's one of those things where like, you ultimately know whether something is for you or not. Literally, the starborn's at the bottom. You have an innate gift of interpretation, and so this confusion and the fog, that is really like what the book just said, was straight up what I was feeling into. It was this like, it's not for you. is what this comes down to. So I want to ask Spirit, like, going forward with this understanding, what's coming in with knowing this now, and just, it's not right for you. We have the Castle, the Self, the Vessel, the Dead End, and the Judge. I feel like this is an interesting back and forth that's happened, where I feel like you have really understood, as of the last few months, your own autonomy, your own sovereignty, your own power, and it's probably Mercury retrograde coded stuff where things are coming up that are really testing you. Like, are you sure you know yourself? Are you sure you can trust your inner knowing? Because you've developed like a deep body-based sense of awareness, and the Castle is really feeling like a new terrain for yourself, a new environment in your internal landscape that has opened up, that is deeply connected to your highest self. And I feel like you're walking pretty closely in tandem with this higher self, and that's where you've got this feeling of like, why do I feel confused? Why do I feel frustrated? Why am I feeling this way? And it's because you already know your answers. There's something that's holding on to that. So we're going to inquire about that, but like, why are you still holding on? And there's the Dead End and the Judge, where it's like, I feel like you don't want to be judgmental of yourself in this situation, or judgmental of this person or thing or experience, but it's like the pattern is so closely interwoven with what you've experienced in the past. So with this, like, holding on, with the Temple, give me a little bit more clarity on that, on the Temple, please, Spirit. Well, the Starborn, and then these two have been coming out. These two were like hidden together in one of my other decks, and I feel like, oh my gosh, Spirit's like, what's happening right now is just entertainment. It's for entertainment purposes of you, like, you already know. You're entertaining this right now. It's a placeholder. Whatever's happening here is a placeholder. Ooh, shit, I didn't expect that. Because Spirit's just like, it's almost like a commercial, and you're like, or the ending credits of your last experience, and is about to be the intro to another, and it's just like, we gotta like keep you entertained. Spirit's like, we have to keep you entertained during this time. Yeah, because you're about to embark on a new adventure. This is kind of like the waiting period, and so you're getting to see very closely your patterns yet again, like even closer. And I feel like you're aware of it too. You're just like, why am I doing this? What is happening? What's there to learn? And I feel like that's the deeper aspect of it with the Dead End and Judge, where you're like, I know I can't go back to my patterns, so why is this coming up? And there's this sort of thought process. It feels very Virgo and Libra, where you're just like, why am I doing this? And it's because we have the Mystic and Curios, where there's like mythic time at play with your evolution as a mystic person, as somebody who dabbles in the arts. I just heard like Defense Against the Dark Arts. Like, this is literally like a small incubator and classroom for you to just be like, I am this. And I know there's, even with the Starborn and the Temple coming out, like, you've built an inner sanctuary for yourself. And it's kind of like, I just want to know, why are you playing into this? And we have the Vision and the Orphan. The Orphan was at the bottom of the deck when I was holding it. I'm not sure if some of you saw it, but I saw it in the camera. I feel as though, like, this is really a finalization of you confronting this abandonment wound of like, am I going to betray myself again? Am I going to abandon myself again? Am I going to, continue this pattern? And the answer is no. You know it's no, but I invite you to look deeper at why you are doing it. There's some wisdom to that there. A fear of not actually having what you want, like, this is close enough, this is good enough. No, dream bigger. Dream bigger. I'm going to go into a part 2 and kind of inquire about this other energy. It's going to kind of stem from this, but it might be its own thing, and we'll leave this here. As a reminder, my readings are open if you're interested and curious, and additionally, my newsletter, subscribe. All right, this is part 2 to my last reading. We kind of inquired about this like frustration and confusion that is present right now, but there is like another person's energy that was present in that was kind of like floating around in the wings of the reading. And so we're going to kind of dive into like why that is coming up as well. So definitely go watch part 1. I feel like it's the deciding reading for if this is for you. So definitely peek at that if you feel called. You of course don't have to. I feel like this might also be slightly separate but connected. I don't know. I'm just working here. If you haven't met me, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here because I tell real, raw, honest truth. I'm ruled by Mercury. So be patient with me as Mercury is retrograde and sometimes words are like bleh. So additionally, the best way you guys can support me is subscribing to my newsletter. It's called Letters from the 8th House. It's where I channel the upcoming astrological transits straight to your inbox every Monday, totally free, just to guide you through the week ahead. So Spirit, tell me about this energy that is present. What I'm feeling is like somebody holding your face, like this softness, gentle, and I'm seeing like peaches. Oh, we have the void yeeted itself out. I have an inkling of that energy, but tell me more. I feel like permission to like relax. I just heard, just hold on, we're going home. And sulfur, interesting. Whatever's happening with this frustration energy from the past reading, whoa. Whatever this energy is that's present, I don't know if it feels kind of ethereal in nature or just spirit. Hecate is coming through very strongly. Like this, but it also feels like it's supported by like a masculine energy too. It's like very powerful. With sulfur and the void and Pluto coming out as well, I feel as though this situation of the frustration of this sort of waiting period of like this filler episode that feels like a part of your life right now is really testing the knowledge that you've learned and whether you're going to choose the healing through the pain or the potential pain, or even Spirit's like it doesn't have to be painful. And I feel like that's the biggest lesson, is like if you show up fully yourself and fully in your power, that this doesn't have to be the repeating pattern, right? Who is this person? Can you tell me who you are? Oh, they said switch decks. Do some from my big deck. Got a big deck. Okay, sorry. I like to make that joke whenever I... Oh, well, that was very much needed. Literally, the masculine card came out. This masculine's like, yeah, Hecate, yes, she's been helping guide you, but like this is like very clearly a masculine energy. We have Black Moon Lilith at the bottom too, that is unafraid of embracing the dark feminine. That's why I almost felt like this sort of permission of like, no, there are these dark feminine energies. And Pluto again. Hades? Yeah. Hades. Because Pluto came out in the other one, and I initially was like Hades, but they're like, and like Black Moon Lilith is very much like Persephone energy as well. We have 3. And mutable. A very adaptable energy. We have fire at the bottom too. So yeah, I'm really feeling strongly King of the Underworld. And this might even just be a person in your life too, as well for some of you. 3 and mutable really feels like the metaphorical Holy Trinity. Now that doesn't have to be a Christian thing. This is past, present, future. This is beginning, middle, end, right? And mutable energies, it really feels like you are moving in a non-linear way, and that's where things have been creating confusion, because there's kind of this overlap. This makes sense. This masculine energy is showing me very clearly, like, there are just parts of you that are operating at different levels and frequencies, and you're trying to convergence. It's like there's a divine convergence coming together here soon with from the last reading, mythic time and the mystic. It's like there is a convergence happening, and it's like you're in the dark for a reason. Oh, and I just heard Death Cab for Cuties, I will follow you into the dark. Love of mine, someday you will die, but I'll be close behind. I'll follow you into the dark. No blinding lights or tunnels or gates of white, just our hands clasped so tight. We have the Blue Temple. This, for some people, if you've been receiving my past readings, I feel the call to pause just in case. I'm like panicking. I'm like, I don't want this to go. This is such a sweet channel that's happening. The Blue Temple has been this energetic meeting space for you and this individual. And they're showing up in some of your guys' dreams as like past friends, like male friends, or like men that you deeply trusted in your past. I heard like, you're not ready to know who I am yet. You're not ready to know who I am. So I'm curious, like, if there's already somebody present in your life. But you're dealing with also another situation that I feel like is not for you. It was close, but it's not quite it. And that's where it's like, just slow down is what I'm hearing. Like, slow down. I heard wait until like Mercury's direct. Like, there's some planetary stuff right now where you just need to witness your patterns right now and maybe note them down. Yeah. We have Chiron, Ash, Lead, and then the Darkening, Winter, Uranus, and Despicable Face. Yeah, I feel like you're moving through like a crash course to kind of converge these parts of you into alignment. I'm seeing like being condensed, like your energy like condensing down, and then black hole kind of energy, which I feel like doesn't explain what I'm feeling, but it's just what came through. So some of you might relate to that. Chiron, Ash, and Lead is really like, I heard like there's nothing left here. And I feel like Spirit's relating to maybe some living spaces for you, or past relationships as well. This is really interesting. I heard like it's the pain of starting again. And I feel like that's one of your biggest qualms, especially when it comes to romantic stuff. You're like, but I opened my heart. I offered, right? The start of the last reading. I offered my heart. What do you mean? Ugh. And like, that's the Lead and the Ash. Like, you've burnt things down. Now, Winter, Darkening, Despicable Face, and Uranus is really like saying this winter time has been about you like really facing these parts of you that have felt unworthy of love or receiving. And it has to do with your darkness. Your darkness is there, and this person, whomever this person is, that is like just waiting in the wings, like this more supportive masculine energy that is kind of coming through this Hades archetype, is like, I love your darkness. With Black Moon Lilith coming out there, is like, I love your darkness. So I'm almost hearing like, show your darkness to these people that are presently in your energy. Like, show your rawness, show your vulnerability, show your frustration, show your anger, and not filter it to be palatable. And that's going to give you the clarity that you need. Now, this winter energy, just kind of to touch on it, it's like, you're relating to the things that you thought were like unworthy of love in a completely different light. Uranus has transformed it, and it's almost not almost, Spirit's like, they crossed out the word almost in my head. They're like, this is your superpower, is your depth of vulnerability, of your rawness for your expression. And at the bottom we have the uncreated. I really feel like you are clearing the way for something to move, and Mercury is at the bottom. So I'm going to give this entity, this person, an opportunity to share just some love with you with the last little bit of time that we have. The Shadow. I heard, I will love every inch of you, and that includes your shadows. So I'm going to leave this here. If you want to dive deeper into, and they're like, I will hold you I will hold you. That like hand holding, they're like, I will hold you. You're never going to be too much for me. Now, if you want to dive deeper, my readings are open. I would love to tap into this for you.